Okay, just see, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right. So last class, we had started with the multiplexer, right? 2:1 mux we had done. Hmm? Now today we'll go for the next one, which is 4:1 mux. Okay. So 4:1 mux is a multiplexer which takes four input lines, right, and gives you one output, right? See, if there are four inputs, it means what? 2 power n inputs, right, and n select lines. Okay, so 2 square is 4. It means there should be 2 select lines. Is this understood? Is the logic diagram of 4:1 mux understood? This PDF I had sent you on Saturday only. Did you go through the PDF? Have you gone through the PDF? Janvi?
Yes, ma'am.
Ha. You all have gone through the PDF, Rutik?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ ठीक है. So is there any problem in understanding this logic diagram of 4:1 marks?
No, ma'am.
हाँ, right. So see, a basic definition of 4:1 mux is that mux is what? 2 power n inputs, n select lines and one output. Okay, so I have, if it is 4, it means it is 2 square, right? So 4 inputs, n is 2 select lines and one output. Okay, and for the IC to be in the operating state in the active mode, I should have one enable. Okay, so this is the logic diagram. Okay, now this is the function table, right? Did you understand this diagram? Have you understood this diagram using AND gate and OR gate? Did you go through this?
Yes, ma'am. But explain once again.
Okay, I'll take this one. Okay, now see here. Okay, we'll start with, say, 4 inputs. So D naught is one input, D1 is second input, D2 is third input, D3 is I'm audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right. Okay, so see, D naught, D1, D naught, D1, D2, D3 are my inputs. 4 input multiplexer ka input. Y is my output. Okay, now S1 and S0 are my select lines. Okay, so if you go through the function table, okay, now see, enable has to be 1 so that your IC is in the active state. Okay, okay. So if your IC, this IC to be active and to provide you some output, your enable has to be 1. Okay, either enable has to be 1, then only your IC will be in active state. So see, enable all 4 I have made 1. Okay, enable I have made 1. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, please allow Tejas, ma'am.
pages. Okay. Okay. Now see. So for this IC to be in the working condition in the active state, my enable has to be 1. So in the function table, you can see I have made E as 1. Okay, enable is 1. Now in order to be one of the inputs reflecting at the output, S1 and S0 has to be selected properly. That is why the name is select, okay, given as S1 and S0. Okay, now I'll take the first condition, S1 and S0 both being 0. Okay, so I'll come back to this. See, here what I said, S1 and S0 both are 0. Okay, it means मैं इधर 0 लिखती हूँ. Here also I'll write 0. Okay, so see, this 0 is traveling here. S1 0 is coming here. This one is 0. Then S0 is 0. It is coming here. ये देखो इधर आया. S0 is 0. And here, okay, you can see the S0, right? You can see S0 here. Okay, now is the screen visible?
No, ma'am.
Shubham, screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, no. Yes, ma'am. Now it is visible.
तेजस, स्क्रीन दिख रहा है क्या?
दिख रहे हैं मैम।
Sorry for this. Okay. I was explaining you this, right? Okay, see. Now you have to look this along with this truth table. Okay, this function table and this logic diagram you have to see. Now what I said, we have four inputs. Okay, we have four inputs. D0, D1, D2, D3 are my four inputs. Okay. Now S1. Okay, we were seeing the first case when your S1 and S0 are 0. So say S1 is 0, S0 is 0. Okay. So what happens? See, S1 is 0, it is coming up till here and it is coming up till here. S1 is 0. S0 जो है, it is coming here, it's coming here, touching this second AND gate, this is 0, okay. Enable, no doubt, it has to be 1, enable has to be 1 for the IC to be in the active state. Now, when S1 is 0, see, S1 is 0 here, and it gets inverted and you get a 1 here. So this 1 is traveling up till here and given to first AND gate. So ये हुआ 1 and S0 is 0 here. ठीक है, invert होके you get 1 and it comes and see 1 is coming to this also, okay, and 1 is coming to this also, and no doubt enable is 1. Okay, now S not equal to 0 इसको भी आ रहा है देखो fourth AND gate को. You all are understanding? Are you all understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
So see what happens if one of the inputs to AND gate is 0. What would be the output? AND gate का अगर एक भी input 0 रहा तो what would be the output?
0 मैम.
0. ठीक है, it means see a second AND gate का एक input 0 है, थर्ड AND gate का एक इनपुट 0 है, फोर्थ AND gate का एक इनपुट 0 है. So it means these all will be 0. Okay. However, first AND gate inputs are 1 and D0 is coming here. So what would be the output of this AND gate? D0. Okay, this is your D0. So finally your output would be D0. Okay. Keep. So this is what is said in this function table. See, if S1 and S0 are 0, 0, your output is D0. Now is that understood? Ankita, now is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Okay, if you want, we'll analyze the second part also. Okay, one more case we'll see. Now here we'll see for the next case, your enable by default being 1, S1 is 0 and S0 is 1. Okay, so we'll come back to this. Our second case is S0 is 1, S0 is 1, S0 is 1 and S1 is 0. Okay, S0 is 1 and S1 is 0. इस टाइम पे क्या होता है देखेंगे. S1, see it is coming here, it's coming this way and this 0 is getting applied to third AND gate. So this AND gate will not operate now. Okay, so there is no question of reflecting D2 at the output. Okay, now S0 is 1 means invert होके 0 आएगा. Okay, so that 0 is being given to second AND gate and first AND gate, means even this is not going to operate. D naught will not reflect at the output. Okay. Now, इधर आएगा 1. Okay. If S1 is 0, invert होके you will get 1. That is being applied to second AND gate. Okay. And first AND gate को apply हुआ, there is no use because here S naught was 0. Okay. Now S naught is 1. It's being applied to this. S naught is 1. Okay. But see S1 का 0 जो है, it's being applied here. It means even this AND gate will not work. Okay. And this one S naught is 1. It will come up till here. Come here. So you get output 1. Enable is by default 1 and this D1 is there. So AND gates number 1, 3 and 4 are not going to work. So my D1 is going to be reflected at the output. Now am I clear? Is this understood? Yes. Okay, so that is what is given in this function table. Okay, you can see this is the function table. So when your enable, see if your enable is 0, what this function table says, if your enable is 0, whatever be the condition of your select inputs, you will not get the output because your IC is in inactive state. Okay, now this S1 and S0, for these two conditions, can you verify by yourself? For S1 being 1 and S0 being 1, the function table says Y will reflect D3. Can you do this? Can you do this? Analyze कर लोगे इसको? Or is it to be done here? Others?
Yes, ma'am, we can analyze.
Okay. Right. So we'll move ahead. Okay. So whatever I have written here, okay, this is the explanation what I explained you now. Okay, this is same what I explained you now. Now we'll go for the next 2 is to 1 mux हुआ, 4 is to 1 mux हुआ. Now we'll see 8 is to 1 mux. Okay, 8 to 1 mux. So 8 to 1 mux means what? 2 power 3 inputs and 3 select lines. Okay, enable by default it has to be there for verifying or for the IC to be active or inactive. Okay, now this 8 to 1 mux will have two outputs. Okay, just that one is right in 8 is to 1 mux. Okay, there are two outputs. Okay, it's just that one is active high and the other one is active low. You can see here you get Y and Y naught. Okay, sorry, this has to be Y and Y bar. Okay, this has to be Y and Y bar. Just a minute. Be there. Okay. So 8 to 1 mux is having 8 inputs. Okay, D0 to D7 are my 8 inputs. 8 means what? 2 power 3. So I should have n select lines. So I have 3 select lines A, B, C connected to pin number 9, 10 and 11. Pin number 7 of this IC 74151 is connected to enable bar. This IC is an active low IC which gives you two output Y and Y bar. Okay, you ignore this Y naught and here you give a bubble. Okay, so your two outputs, one is active high connected to pin number 5, one is active low connected to pin number 6. Okay, if your Y gives D naught, Y bar will give you D naught bar. If your Y gives D2, Y bar will give you D2 bar. समझ में आ रहा है? Are you understanding? Let's go through this function table. All of you go through the function table. Okay, you all could analyze it. Can you read the function table? Have you understood the function table? Yes? So see, this is a logic diagram of that 8 to 1 mux. Okay, so you have to analyze this similar to the analysis what we had done for 4 is to 1 and 2 is to 1 mux. Right, you have three select lines A, B and C are my three select lines. D0 to D7 are data inputs and pin number 7 is given to enable. Okay, so output either you will get active high Y or active low Y bar. ठीक है? So you have to read this function table. Okay, this is the truth table for 8 to 1 mux 74151 IC 74151 8 to 1 mux. Right, now see, if your enable bar is 1, enable bar is 1 means what? enable bar is 1 means what? Here enable bar, here if I give 1, then what? See, here it will be 0. You all are here? Can you understand what I am telling? You all are understanding what I am telling? Prajwal Gowda? Ratan? नहीं. Shubham?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. Okay. Right? You all are understanding, right? Shubham, it's understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh. So see, if your enable is 1, what does this function table says? See, this function table says if your enable bar is 1, your output y will be 0 and y bar is 1. Okay. Now, what does this mean here? If your enable is 1, see, if your enable is 1, invert होके you will get 0. It means सभी AND gate को one input will be 0. So if AND gates one of the input is 0, your output will be 0. It means your IC is in inactive state. Okay, so if you can see here in the function table, if your enable bar is 1, whatever be the select line, whatever be the state of your select line, your output will not be present. Okay, output not be present matlab y active high will be 0, active low will be 1, matlab IC is in the inactive state. Is this first column clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Now if your select lines are 0, so your it means what? If your IC has to be in the active state, our enable bar should be 0. Okay, so these all conditions leaving apart from this first column are 0. It means my IC is in active state. Now whenever IC is in active state, which output has to be reflected at the output? Okay, that we have to see here. Okay, now see, I'll take the second case. When your IC is active, enable is 0 and your inputs select is 0, 0, 0. So I'll come back to this diagram. Okay, now see, analysis is same as what we had done for 4:1 mux. Okay, so what I said, your enable is 0, enable bar is 0, matlab here I am getting 0 and inverted I am getting 1, so that all the ICs are getting one of the, all the in gates and gates are getting one input from enable as 1. Okay, now when your A, B, C and 0, 0, 0, A, B and C are 0, 0, 0, this is 0, this is 0 and this is 0. A, B and C, all three are 0. Okay, so in this case what happens? Let us see, 0, it means here I am having 1. Okay, here I am having 1 and here I am having 1. So from all these three 1, see, this 1 where it is going? It's going to this. 1 is going to this. This 1 is going to this. And 1 is going to this. Okay. However, A is equal to 1. It is 1 is here. It means और एक invert किया तो you get 0 here. That 0 is coming to this. So this IC will not work. So this AND gate will be 0. It's coming to this AND gate. See from here. It means this AND gate will not work. Next, it is coming from here to this AND gate. It means this AND gate will not work. Okay. And it is coming to this AND gate, means this AND gate will not work. Okay. Now, is it possible for you to analyze? You all can analyze this. Yes or no? Okay, take it. Right, so see, C is 0, matlab C is coming to this, anyhow this last AND gate is not working, okay. Now this is coming one more to this, it means this is also not working, matlab output will be 0. Next C is 0 is being given to this, means this also would not be on now, okay. Next B इधर 0 आया, that is coming to this, anyhow it's not working, that is coming to this, anyhow this also not working, okay. Now it's coming to this, so this also not working, okay. It means what? You have to check for this. See, B is equal to 1 is coming here, okay, it's coming here and being given to this. C is equal to 1 is also being given to this. It means D naught will be routed through this to this. So your output 5, pin number 5 will give you D naught and pin number 6 will give you D naught bar. Now are you understanding this? Okay, see. So your outputs will be D naught and D naught bar. Okay, this has to be D naught bar. ठीक है? Understood now? Okay, so what you can do is, from your side, you can analyze the remaining truth table for 8 to 1 marks. Okay, so this has to be analyzed by you people. Okay, I hope that can be done. Okay, you have to do this. Shall we proceed? Shiraz? Shiraz?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we proceed? You can analyze this further.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Right? Okay, now ये है आपका next IC. See 74. This earlier IC was 74151, 8 to 1 marks. 4 to 1 marks is this. Okay. Now 74157 is dual quad 2 input marks. Okay, quad 2 input marks. So quad means 4, quadrature is 4. Okay, it means it will have 4 outputs. Okay, 1y, 2y, 3y, 4y. Okay, this will have 4 outputs. Okay, now major input is our enable and select. Okay, major care has to be taken for enable and select line. There will be only one select line for the 74157 IC. There is only one select line. Okay, so see enable bar. Okay, enable bar अगर तुम इधर 1 दोगे, if you give 1 here, right, if you give 1 here, right, then this will be 0. Okay, so your IC is in inactive mode. Okay, so if your enable bar is 1, your IC will be inactive mode, you will not get any output. So I have written all zeros here. Okay, see, you can see here 1 2 3 4 5 6 up till 15, right? These all are pin numbers. Okay, remember these are pin numbers. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 1B, 2B, 3B, 4B are your 4 inputs. Okay, dual 4 inputs. 1y, 2y, 3y and 4y are your 4 outputs. Okay, so see, IC 74157 is a quad. It means 4 2 input mux which selects 4 bits of data from 2 sources. Okay, and which is controlled by the select input S. Right, the enable input E bar is an active low. Okay, whenever you get E bar or a bubble, it means it's an active low. When E bar is high, your outputs are posed low regardless of all other input conditions. You can see here, when your E bar is high, your output is posed low, whatever be the condition of your inputs. Okay. However, see, moving data from two groups of register to four common output buses is the common use of 74157. It means we use a 74157 IC for moving data from two groups of registers to four common output buses. Right? Now, the state of the select input determines select. Okay, if whether your select is 0 or the state of select is 1 determines the particular register from which the data has to be routed to the output. Okay, it means what? If your select is 0, see, enable has to be 0, enable bar has to be 0 for the IC to be active. If your select is 0, then your first register having A inputs will be routed to the output. Okay, matlab 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A will be routed to the output. However, if your select is 1, your second register B will be routed to the output 1B, 2B, 3B and 4. Okay. So this is only this much is sufficient for quad 2 input mux. Okay. Is this understood? What I have see, whatever is the function table, related explanation is given here. Okay. So you can go through the explanation. Okay. So similarly, right? Similarly, see, this is dual 2 input mux. Na? This is dual 2 input mux. It means 2 register input. Right? Similarly, we have one more which is dual, see, 4 is to 1 mux. Okay, dual 4 is to 1 mux. Okay, so the relative truth table is given here. Okay, you just go through this. Explanation of this is similar to this. Only thing is this is 2 input and this is 4 input. Okay. Right. So we'll finish the class here for today for this time. Tanya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you understood what I have explained you in this class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Just go through 74153 dual 4 is to 1 mux. This is similar to 2 is to 1 mux. Okay, so we are finishing for right now. Okay, but 1:30 will meet again. Okay, be present for the 1:30 class. Okay, just go through the PDF which I have sent. What will be dealing with the, right, we'll be dealing with this part, okay, which is cascading of multiplexers of whatever mux we have studied up till now. Okay, abhi we will cascade it. Okay, we'll cascade the muxes, right, and how to do this we'll see it in the afternoon class by 1:30. Okay, everyone be present for this time. You all can leave the meeting. Okay, just go through. If you have any doubts, you can get your queries clarified in the 1:30 class. Okay, so you all can quit the class.
Yes, ma'am.